Alright, so hopefully you guys are having a good morning, afternoon, and or evening. Today we're going back to the Finnish-Soviet War, or the Soviet-Finnish War, or better known as the Winter War. This letter was from January 6, 1940, from Bobrov, Mikhail. Hopefully I pronounced that right. 1940, January, 6 days. Good afternoon or evening. Greetings from Finland, my dear and respected wife, Alexandra Mikhailovna. Also to my dear non-sleazy son, Klonska. The greetings to both mothers Moskiva and Zaporozhye. Now married sisters Masha, Dunya, Misha and their children, godfather Misha and his family, and the other neighbors who have nothing spiteful towards me. Now my first duty is to inform you that I received your letters on the same day, January 6th, which were written on December 16th and December 31st. Your letter that it was written on the 16th is very long. Fornication 3 times. It was on our mail that came, and everything did not get into our unit. Finally it found me. So it turns out that I was very hard on you, dear Shraka, even refusing to write letters to you home. But it turned out to be my mistake. But not the one that noted to you what you offered me a Finn. But this is somewhat different. Of course I wouldn't mind this, and would very much like, just not with a Finnish woman. So I would spend time, but if only personally, with you. But this is not possible. So let it be so for now. But plus to this, and now I have no time. This is because now I'm not only on duty at the headquarters, but I go to evacuate the horses. And now we are on duty 3 times a day. So for 2 days we evacuate sick and wounded horses from the front and drive healthy ones to the front. Excuse me. And on the 3rd day, I am not on duty at the headquarters. This created a lot of stress on the sick horses. So although I got healthier and a lot, but I don't think much about it myself. I don't think so about you. But if he wants to allow it, then I cannot dispute it for now. From here, and if it happens this way, I can only resolve the issue later. But okay, this is all nonsense for the sake of writing. I am very glad to have received letters from home, which me, an ineligible word, that you, at least, but provided with the cattle with fodder. But not yet satisfied with everything, how will it be with bread now? When I find out that my dear wife, and my dear, and not glazed son, will be provided for at the least with a piece of bread, will not be offended that his dad has not earned the bread for him. He will go to bed after eating his fill, and then I will sleep soundly. Bad things have worked for a year, but it is not known that they earned. Now write down whether this was transported to your home or not. Also straw if you can already get it. Then get it and somehow try to transfer it home. Now you write what you bought for your son a coat. It's good that I bought it. Well done for that. At least I'll know that my not glazed son will go shod and put on by people. Now Shraka, my dear, no matter how you hurry up your boots for yourself and your son, the main thing is now worth it. Probably you'll have the same cold, the point of impossibility. Then I ask you to spare anything to keep your health, as well as our little one, because it is the most precious thing now. From the city I often receive letters from you, and received a postcard along with your letter on January 6th. I am on duty today at the headquarters with a letter, and I begin to celebrate the holiday cheerfully, which is the same for you. I wish you a joyful meet, and have fun with Shura. You write that you're upset about me, so don't be upset about me. But take care of your health, because of it happens with me. At least you'll grow to treasure our Kalana. But, by the way, there is nothing dangerous for us, because we are standing 12 to 20 kilometers far from the front, even in a certain direction and more, and when the horses are evacuated there's no particular danger. Only if there can be shelling. How many dozens of Finnish gangs? But this is an exceptional case. It happens very little, and so the service is good. The food is very good. The lucchini were given to all the soldiers of our infirmary. And we, as well as the paramedics, were given short fur coats for the messengers. We are not accommodated in the houses. Correction, we are accommodated in the houses in warmth and not in tents, since we are already in the rear. And I'll thank Vanya for his great gift, for the money. I sent him a letter, yet an ineligible word, but did not receive the answer from him. And I don't know whether he received my letter or not. Now even I would help you at least in making your work easier, at least with money. Yet unfortunately I receive little salary, only 10 rubles a month, which I spend on cigarettes. Now we will write letters like this, and write down our attitudes towards you on the farm. Whether you are offended by the board of the Kaza or by the local authorities in council, will the blank be thrown off you. The deliveries are made. For 40 years there is also milk and cash payments. As for the benefit, I said with the commissioner that if there is one able-bodied and one disabled, then these families are not paid benefits. But there is no such law. Well, there is nothing more to write, and by the time it is late, 2 a.m. So far for this, and goodbye. I remain alive and well, and wish everyone to be healthy from illness. I am looking forward to hearing from you, Mishta. The address is Active Red Army Field Post Station Number 1, 3 E13L number 621 to Bobrov, Mikhail. Apologies on the few corrections. It's a long letter and the translation's a little rough. Don't know Cyrillic too much. But it's an interesting one to say the least. Even though he's 12 to 20k from the front, he is evacuating wounded horses, which a lot of people seem to not remember because we're in the age of machines now, the age of cars, transportation, trucks, tanks, planes. But that armies would still use horses. Even the German army, and I believe the French army still used horses fairly frequently for transportation. German army, and I believe the Russians used them all the way up to the end of the war to make sure they could move stuff through mud and snow. So it's interesting to see he's pointing out that they were switching out horses, getting the wounded horses out of there, getting fresh horses in, so they could still, hopefully I'm guessing, continue their supply lines. Also, the other thing with soldiers, and some other letters that I've read contain the same stuff. Seems like the man and woman, for some reason, maybe got into a fight, and she's saying, go spend, from what I interpret, your time with a Finnish woman. Go spend that time with a Finnish woman, or something that you don't love me, or that your desires are to spend time. I don't fully understand it myself because of today's day and age, but I guess in context, you're alone, you haven't gone home for a year to see your family, you want company of the opposite sex. It's an interesting thing to think about, but it is what it is, I guess. And that's why I find this letter interesting. This one details a lot of stuff that a lot of other letters I've read do not fully go into detail, through the horses, through how many rubles, 10 rubles a month that he is spending on cigarettes, and that's all he's making, to what the Russian army was supposedly giving people, the milk and the bread for injuries sustained, and the rumors going around. But enough of that. Besides the fact I do, and I'm kind of curious if the Russians actually did do that with helping and taking care of their wounded soldiers. I'm not very big into the Russian World War II history. I know enough, but I haven't studied it too terribly much. But again, hopefully you guys have had a good morning, afternoon, or evening, and can enjoy the rest of your day. And if you have any comments or things that you would like me to improve on, please let me know. And this is me, Chris, signing off.